Happy 77th birthday, Sir Paul. It's Larry Graves. I did a video for your guitarist Brian Ray a few years ago, and then he got me in to see you when you played in Toronto in 2010 and got backstage, but you were too busy with Michael Bublé to meet up with me, but that's okay. I'm not bitter. Okay, I won't. Bye. Today is, hi fans of high quality entertainment, today is Paul McCartney's 77th birthday, and to celebrate his birthday I thought I would do a unboxing of one of the box sets from his archive collection again. So I think I did this one on when I had my Larry Graves TV channel there a few years back. His debut album, McCartney. And then I'm going to talk about the music inside. So here we go. I'm not scanning that for anyone. There's no point in it. I'd be wasting way too much ink. So far it's not the most interesting box set. It gets better. Just like this video. I do wonder, you know, when you think about it, why do they have blank pages? Like, what's the point of that? I could see like one, but when it's 4 or 5 or 6 blank page, I'm going to call him up again. And there's an introduction by somebody I've never heard of before. I'll read this. And there again, another blank page. Paul's first solo album, McCartney, was released in April 1970. Its raw simplicity surprised many listeners at the time. I'm going to talk about that. The record appeared, after all, just 6 months after the highly polished Abbey Road, while the rougher-edged Let It Be album had not yet gone on sale. In the interview that follows, Paul explains how the McCartney album was born amid the emotional highs and lows of that turbulent year. He speaks of its relevance to a new generation, and he reveals the secrets behind some extraordinary bonus material. I love some of these pictures are just really superb. I've got quite a few of the Beatles, of Paul McCartney's archive collection. The ones I don't have, one of the ones is Band on the Run. I never did buy that box set. I've got the 3-disc of it, but most of the others I do have. And supposedly later this year, I believe it's London Town and Back to the Egg are going to be coming out. And I'm especially, well both, but I'm especially looking forward to London Town, because I feel that's a very underrated Wings album. You can just, you know, this was soon after the Beatles breakup, and, you know, at that time he was drinking excessively and kind of, you know, pretty down and depressed, but Linda brought him out of that funk, I guess. And how would you feel if you were in the Beatles and then they broke up? You'd be hurting too. He's smiling. Sort of smiling. And there's the 4-track machine he had in the living room in the corner. I had this very simple technique of just plugging in directly right into the back of the machine, which was a very cool way to record. So pure. The sound, there's nothing pure. I like that primitive way of recording. Wow, I had a flashback of that particular John and Yoko album when I saw Cambridge here. But Cambridge 1989, and the song where Yoko screams all the way through, it's not one of my favorites, is called Cambridge 1969, I believe. So Paul is 77 years old today, and just, if not the greatest for me, let's not get into top 10 lists or anything, but I think it's really hard to, because as some of you know, I'm really into Van Morrison lately, and of course, yes, John Anderson's vocals, David Bowie, but sometimes I think Paul McCartney is my all-time, if I had to choose, my all-time favorite artist. Of course, the inside, I just woke up an hour ago, whatever it's called, the opening thing on a vinyl record. And Linda McCartney was such a superb photographer. And of course, the famous cover. And I'll seen most of these before. This daughter, Heather. Drums. And I think one of the nicest photos I've ever seen in my whole life. It is just so. That's family right there. That's a real dad. Here's another one actually. So I'm just halfway through this book, but just a lot of really, really nice photography throughout. And he talks about each of the songs, which I find very interesting. I'll just read one of them. Mama Miss America. An instrumental recorded completely made up as they went along. First a sequence of chords, then a melody on top. So he plays the piano, drums, acoustic guitar, and electric guitar. Originally it was two pieces, but they ran into each other by accident and became one. Right here it shows you, I'll do one more, Hot as Sun. A song written in about 1958 or 1959, or maybe earlier, when it was one of those songs that you play now and then. The middle was added in Morgan Studios where the track was recorded recently. And on this track he plays acoustic guitar, electric guitar, drums, rhythm guitar, organ, maracas, bass, and bongos. And I thought I had talent. And it comes with the lyrics. Not that some of the songs don't have that much, like The Lovely Linda. La 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 la, the lovely Linda with the lovely flowers in her hair. That's it. I could have written that. La 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 la, the lovely Molly with the flowers in her hair. So there's two CDs and one DVD. Disc 1 is, of course, the remastered album. Disc 2 is bonus material. And disc 3 is a short film. Look what I did. I don't know. Look, I can't even scan that. It's ripped. That's going to show up. I'll have to Photoshop and take the rip out. Anyway, so CD1 is the remastered album, as I said. And I'm going to talk about the songs in 1 minute. The CD2 is bonus audio. Suicide, an outtake. Maybe I'm Amazed from One Hand Clapping, Every Night, live at Glasgow, 1979. Hot as Sun from Glasgow. Maybe I'm Amazed, live at Glasgow. Don't Cry Baby, outtake. Ooh You, instrumental. Oh, I see. Don't Cry Baby, and then together with Ooh You, instrumental. This song contains an intro of Paul singing a lullaby to his daughter. It was mixed into the beginning of Ooh You. And then Womankind demo, mono. And the bonus film, the album story, which is 9 minutes long, The Beach, which is 3 minutes, Maybe I'm Amazed music video, and Suicide from the documentary film One Hand Clapping, Every Night live in 1979, and Hot as Sun live in 1979, Junk, MTV Unplugged, and That Would Be Something from MTV Unplugged. So, you know, being a huge Beatles fan growing up, and then of course the Beatles broke up, when this album came out, me and my brother, I think one of my brothers bought it, and I think we were all really disappointed without saying it. Like this, you know, back then you wouldn't say, this album sucks. you just, I don't think you'd just say anything. You just try and play it again and hope it gets better. And sometimes it didn't. But you know, Maybe I'm Amazed, of course, is the standout track. It's so good it could have been a Beatles song. And but the rest of it was almost sounded amateurish in some of the songs. And I remember back in the day, like I hated Ooh You, I hated Mama Miss America. I did not like Teddy Boy at all. Queen, I don't know how you pronounce that, but the final track, Queen Corrory or whatever, I always did kind of like that. It was kind of neat. Every Night was nice, I like that. That Would Be Something was pretty good. Man, We Was Lonely, I sort of liked. But that was then, and now I absolutely love every song. And I think, especially after Abbey Road, like a few months later, he releases this, and you know, it's basically a home recording, and he was very brave. That's the one thing I don't think Paul gets enough credit for is just doing what he wants to do. And I don't know, I just love his music. And it's funny, you know, through the years, you go back in time. When you're some of you young viewers, you'll do this. When you're old like me, you'll go back to albums that you thought were just okay or didn't really connect with you, and they're going to connect with you. And you know, when 20 years from now, the newly remastered debut album from Nickelback is released, you'll be like, wow, this is even better than I thought it was. But yeah, you know, you go back in time and you realize, like, you know, when this was released, it's like, what's Paul McCartney doing? You know, like, this isn't top quality material. This isn't the Beatles. This isn't Abbey Road. And it isn't. But it's still a great listening experience. And so, like I said, I've grown over the years to love a lot of, like Red Rose Speedway. I've become a huge fan in the last few months after the archive collection release of it. And I'm hoping the same happens with, well, London Town I've always loved, so that's not going to be an issue with me. But Back to the Egg, I always thought was just, you know, okay. So I've stayed away from it, and I'm just waiting for the remastered version. And I think I will be impressed, like I have been with a lot of these archive collection releases. I've rambled on a lot today, but it's Paul McCartney's birthday, so let's honor it with a thumbs up and I don't know, scan a few more pages or something. Have a great day. Bye.